Welcome to Cloud Shiksha 365. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to launch an instance using Amazon Web Services Cloud Console. So let's get started. Let me pull up browser and let's get into AWS console using aws.amazon.com. I will log in using my account. You can also create an account, and in my previous video I have created another tutorial how you can create your account. I'm using here root user account, but for security perspective, never use your root account to do day-to-day administrative tasks. Rather perform it with restricted user. So I will use my password. Always opt for a complicated password with the 12 letters at least, with combination of letters, numbers, and special characters. So once you are logged in, now we have to go to EC2, but before that make sure that you select the region where you want to create your instances. So like you will see a list of different regions across the globe available here, and as per your requirement you can create it. Like I'm opting for now Paris for me. Now I will go to EC2, and here I have already created one instance, but now we are going to create another one. And for that I will scroll little down, and you see here launch instance option. Click on it and then launch instance. Name your new instance. So like let's say I will call it KST development, and this is going to be my web server, so web 01, and this is my way of giving naming convention. Next is we have to opt the operating system image, and since I'm going to create a Linux image, I will prefer Linux from Amazon. You can opt others also, but like here Microsoft Windows or Red Hat, they are paid. SUSE also have licensing for few editions. Ubuntu is free, so it depends on your requirement again. Then you can see here the free tier eligible AMIs, and if you want to see a list, you will see here various other lists also, but then they will be paid. If you scroll a little bit down, then you will see instance type. So I have opted here t2.micro because this is what I just want to use for now. This is free under free tier eligibility, but if you want to have a look for other instances, maybe your requirement is to have more CPU, more memory, then you can always look around here. Like there are different images with 4 CPUs, 16 gigs of memory, or 8 CPU, 32 gigs of memory, and the pricing is also given here for both Linux and Windows. So once you decided the instance type, you just select that image, and then we proceed to next. For Linux, the next important part here is the key pair. So we have to create a key pair. So you see here I have created a couple of key pairs. I can use one among these two, but like let's say if you are creating your very first instance on your new account, then you can click on create new key pair. Then you have to give a name to the key pair. Like let's say I will give it KST, and then I call it web server key pair. Then I select here the encryption keys, so I will keep it RSA. You can also go for ED 25519, but like it do not support Windows, so I stick to the default one, but again the choice is yours as per your requirement. And then the private key format, here are two formats, one is PAM and one is PPK. I will go for PAM because then it's easy for me to connect through my Mac operating system. However, it doesn't matter if you opt for PAM or PPK, you can always generate required keys using OpenSSH tool or PuTTY keygen tool. So for now, let's proceed with .pm, and then I click create key. This is important to keep this key pair safe, because if you lose it, then you will not be able to log into your server. So always keep it safe. Since this is important, someone can have access using this key pair from the systems. So I will just show in Finder, and you see here this is under download. And now the next is allow SSH traffic. So that is the firewall rule. So I never prefer to open rule for everyone. So let's do custom. I want to open it only for my network. So I will do what is my IP. and I will take this IP address and I open it here and I do one-to-one mapping. So now SSH is open on firewall for this new instance, but only for my IP address and not open for the world. And that is always a best practice, keeping your attack surface very minimal. At this moment, I do not need HTTPS or HTTP, so I will not prefer to open any port. Once I make my server ready, I will open ports. Then here, this is about the disk that we are going to attach to our instance. So I will go for 30 because 30 GB is coming under free tier. So we can see here, and then I go with the default settings, and then I click launch instance. You can have number of instances also, like you can make it 2 at one time, but for now I'm just keeping it 1, and then launch instance. It will take few minutes before it is ready to use. Now if you go to view all instances, then you will see here that instance state is still pending and status checks are not even started. So if you just keep refreshing from here, now you see here instance state is running, but still the status check is initializing. So let's wait until all the status checks are passed and then we are ready to log into the server. So let's do another refresh. It's already more than 2 minutes. Okay, this is still initializing, so we have to wait a bit more. I will do another refresh now, and yes, so now status check is also showing good. So that means we are now ready to log in into this server. So what I will do, I will just select this, then I will copy here the IP address and I will initiate my terminal. Here is my terminal. Since we checked and we see that the private key file is in under downloads. So and where am I sitting? I'm sitting in my user ID. I will go to downloads and here I can access, and let's see here. So this is the one which is created, and now let's connect using SSH tool, SSH-I for identity. Then I will give the name of identity file, that is web server. If you want to have a look about SSH in more detail, just watch out for my another video tutorial. And now we will use Ec2 User. This is the default user you can use to log into the Amazon Linux machine, and then we press enter. It is asking for fingerprints. I say yes, and here we got one expected error. It is saying bad permission, and why it is saying so is because if we do here ls on the private key, you see here that this is readable to others and groups also, but permission requirement here for security reason is that it should be more restricted. It should be only accessible to the owner. So owner here is my user. So what I will do, I will just make it accessible to my user, and then let's make it web server.pem. Now if I check again permissions, you see here now it is only read and write permissions are given there for my user. And now let's give another attempt to access the server, and here we go, we are logged in. So this is a profile issue that can be fixed later with root, and once we are logged in, we can switch using sudo command tool root. So here we are, and if I do uptime, this machine is created 24 minutes because it took some time, so we are good. So this is how you can create Linux instances on Amazon Cloud, and stay tuned for more technical sessions and tips and tricks on Linux systems on my channel. Thank you very much for watching this video.